Welcome to Project 23, where we highlight entrepreneurs, dreamers, and visionaries. And today we have the honor of speaking to Sammy. And there's a whole backstory on Sammy, who he is, what he's done with Shepherds as a company, as a partnership. And to be honest, like, Sammy was there from the beginning. Bro, I remember when the day I hit you up to design my logo.
Day one, bro.
When I hit you up, like, hey, when I was speaking to the team, I was like, bro, we need to hit someone up and that's creative, that has that skill, that talent to produce something that we've never seen before. And I know you have that talent, bro, because I've seen your work and it's phenomenal. It's great work, man. And the branding aspects, the assets that you introduce to different companies. Bro, I've seen your Instagram. You have like different brands that are non-existent, but they have the face. Yeah. And I see it, I'm like, dude, who's this company? Who is it? Who are these people? And you're like, bro, I just created that for fun. I'm like, no way, bro. So I remember I was like, when I was starting Shepherds, I was like, dude, I gotta hit this guy up. I love the way he thinks. I love his creative process. Not only that, bro, but you helped us take that next step in our business. It would not in the business, not in the branding portion, in the creative and the look of it, but the actual act of starting Shepherds. I remember when this was just an idea and I was sharing it with people, and you were one of those first people that I shared it with, and you were like, bro, come serve at my event. I think at the time you were hosting like leadership like events and conferences, and you're like, bro, serve at this place. And I was like, dude, like I don't got anything, bro. I only have an espresso machine and that's it. I don't even have money to buy coffee, milk. Like, dude, I didn't have anything. And you're like, bro, I'll buy the milk, I'll buy the coffee, I'll get you a table. Yeah. You provided everything, all the resources that I needed to do an event, and you're like, just bring your name and you serve coffee, bro. You believed in me from the start. You loved the product, and you were that stepping stone, bro, of creating Shepherds and building something. And I think there's not enough credit given to you just because you've helped here behind the scenes and from the start. But where we're at today, we're doing all kinds of crazy stuff, and you were like seriously a foundation to that. I want to thank you, bro, for that. It's awesome, bro.
Thanks, bro.
Yeah. But before we get to know you more, I want to get your coffee drink. What can I get for you?
I'm gonna do the secret menu tonic
the
drink
we were talking about, huh?
Where it's like, not a lot of people know this, but there is a secret menu. So if you guys
the secret menu is all in my head only. No one knows about anything. Right?
You have to pay a friend $15, but it's worth it, guys.
In the coffee industry, I've seen that people are really picking up tonics. And just like the sparkling with espresso and a little bit of flavor, where they put like, a fruity or, aromatic flavor to the beverage. And today I got some of that stuff today.
I remember when we were doing cold brew together. I was into the cold brew lemonade, and this was back in 2019. And everybody was like, "Oh, bro, what is that?"
The cold brew lemonade.
Yeah, I mean, and now you see it.
Yeah, no one talks about it then.
Yeah,
no one.
So definitely you need to put some tonic.
Dude, that's crazy, bro. You say that because I remember I'd always go to your house, from the start. We were learning about cold brew, all that stuff. I was teaching a bunch of stuff, and
it was fun. And I wanted to start off with like, thank you for just trusting me with like the whole brand, this whole friendship, this whole coffee, everything, bro.
Yeah.
It's been an honor helping you guys from day one. Like you said, I can remember you guys coming over and like talking about the brand, talking about the coffee. I was like, bro, at that moment, I didn't have any friend or anybody wanting to start any business within the coffee industry. And I remember I was starting my own. I was starting to brew cold brew at home to experiment with this project that I was working on, which is Anomaly, bottling cold brew. And you guys were over testing coffee, testing the beans. It was just a really good experience.
Yeah, I remember when we were at your pad, bro. In your kitchen, we had like buckets. We had at least like 8 buckets, bro, of just different, ratios, water coffee ratios. And we're like, hey, you were telling me like, dude, like, so when do we try it? I was like, tomorrow.
Yeah, I was like, bro, I need it right now.
Yeah, we were just kind of chilling there. Yeah. And then I come the next day, and then it's like, bro, your house smelled like coffee, like strong.
And it was a small little room. Remember my studio?
Yeah.
It was a little table, coffee setup. It was fun, bro.
Crazy, bro. Those are good times, man.
Yeah.
Dude, but tell me about who you are. Like, what do you want people to know? Like, you were at the start with Shepherds, but you had a history. You have a life before that. Where
Yeah.
you're from, like, who are you, man?
So I was born in TJ, Tijuana, beautiful Tijuana.
Okay.
And then we migrated to the U.S.
Uh-huh.
When I was maybe in third grade.
Okay, little kid.
Yeah, third grade. So I did all my school here. I got married with my best friend. We're 6 years married now. We have a beautiful 7-month-old baby.
Congrats.
His name is Massimo.
Massimo.
Massimo,
Okay.
yeah. And it's just been a journey, bro. A really, really cool journey. What else? I designed for a company called Downtown San Diego Partnership here in downtown. And yeah, I'm a creative, bro. I like to create things, you know. I like to experiment with anything that comes up and create new different stuff.
So you say you work for downtown who?
Downtown San Diego Partnership.
So like the city of downtown here.
Yeah,
in
it's
San
like a
Diego.
small section. We just focus in downtown.
Okay.
But yeah, I get to pretty much oversee the whole branding aspect of the company.
That's
Work on the
cool, man.
website. Work on their social medias.
Okay.
Anything that had to do with marketing as materials. Stuff that we need to either distribute to investors, to people opening shops in downtown.
Yeah.
I create them. Some banner stuff, like working with the Padres.
You worked with the Padres?
Well, the company has worked with the
Padres,
Padres to do. Yeah, they buy our banners. We have a banner program.
Okay.
All downtown. So they're like one of the biggest companies that actually buy the whole banners for the whole season. So it's like a big
crazy, man.
revenue the Padres
Wow.
spend. Yeah.
And how did you get that job? How did you land that?
Bro, it's a trip, bro. So I got married 2018, May 2018. I got married the 26th. I graduated the 25th. So I walked, and then I got married the next day.
What?
Yeah, bro. It was the most stressful 2 days of my life, but it was worth it. So, with that to say, we went to the honeymoon. We came back with we had a no house, no home to live with, stay at. It was just we stayed at my parents' house and Bianca's parents' house for like a week.
Okay.
And God was like, here's a home. Like, what's next? So I started working with my father-in-law for a year, bro. We were delivering tortillas from Guerrero, Mission, and other brands to Targets and different locations, like store locations. And I was asking God, I'm like, I've been all my life designing, you know, I graduated. Like, can I just get a job that I enjoy?
Yeah.
Because that job I was doing was in the middle of the night. So I had to wake up at 12 a.m. And then from 12 a.m. to 10 a.m., it was my shift. So we just delivering, going to pick up tortillas, delivering in all the markets.
No way.
It was just, I was sleeping in the afternoons and pretty much working and living in the night. Wow. So I told God, I was like, please, like, get me out of here. I wasn't ready for it. It's a tough job. I think the only one that could do it is my father-in-law.
Yeah.
Shout out to my father-in-law.
Yeah.
But yeah, it takes a lot, bro. So
question. So you were doing that. That was right out of when you got married, right?
Yeah.
You started doing that.
Yeah.
And creative stuff you've been doing your whole life, you said?
Yeah, man.
Like from what age did you start?
Well,
when did you start seeing like, dude, I like this stuff?
I started graphic designing and like video and photos maybe when I was 16. It was a need. We were going at a church, and the church was like, hey, we need somebody to take photos and video and do graphics. So I was like, sure, I'll do it, you know? Yeah. So I started pretty much with the camera. It was I remember it was a Canon 7D. Back then it was like, oh, it was a good camera, you know?
Like I know what that is, bro.
Yeah. And I was editing with like iMovie, and I just pretty myself like I taught myself how to like design, how to do videos, how to edit, how to take photos.
So you never had like a mentor or anything, bro?
No, that was until later. I went to school for it. I was like, you know what? I might as well just take some classes. Because I learned kind of the getaway, kind of like the YouTube. Yeah, like
YouTube
the Google
University,
stuff.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where it's
So once I started going to school, I was like, hey, I might as well grab something.
Yeah.
So yeah, I started pretty young, my age, kind of designing. And previous to that, I mean, my whole family played music, so that was a great start for me to like, hey, I did music for a little bit, like I want to do something more creative, like, you know, like work with something, and through church, it was a great avenue to kind of
Yeah, and
about my
church. Like, how did you take your creativity to church? Was church already a thing in your family? Was it like, how did church get introduced to your family along with
Yeah, so
creativity
it's
and all
crazy,
that?
bro, because my dad started going to church first, and
Okay.
he was really bad taking medications for, I was gonna say depression, but it was mainly kind of panic attacks and sort of depression. So he was going to doctor, getting medicine for it. Like, hey, I need help. I'm getting panic attacks every second of my day. So he was taking medication until he went with this new doctor, because he's like, you know what, this is not working out for me. I need new meds. So he went to this doctor, and crazy. The doctor was like, well, he's like, you want to get healed, bro? My dad was like, well, yeah, like that's what I'm here. He's like, I'm gonna give you something that's gonna heal you forever. He took out a Bible, bro.
No way.
Boom. My dad was like, I thought you were gonna give me drugs, you know, like what's this kind of thing. And a few years later, like he started integrating, like he started going to church, like reading the Bible.
What?
And he brought us in. And since then, I think I became a Christian at, I think I was 12 years old.
12 years old?
Yeah, so it was.
In that encounter, like when you gave your life to the Lord, like what did you experience in that moment?
I mean,
do you feel like, was that like your obviously your first time encounter, but like was that a moment where like, dude, God is real? God, like what did that love feel like? Because I know, like, because I also accepted Jesus my Lord and Savior when I was 13.
Yeah.
Young age.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people are like, oh, you were young, like you probably just emotional in the moment.
Yeah.
But I mean, going back, it's like, dude, that was an emotion, man. Like, what we experienced, that love was so deep, and it was a different kind of cry. It was a different kind of like, what am I feeling in this moment?
Yeah.
And yeah, it's emotional, but it's deep. It's a spiritual, change. And I saw things that are like, dude, as a 13-year-old, like you're not supposed to see, but God showed me a lot of things where the Bible talks about, like, I think it's in 2 Corinthians. I just read it recently, where as unbelievers we have a veil over our face, our eyes, right? And then when you get the revelation of Christ, when you receive Jesus, the veil's torn, and now we see things how it is. And as a 13-year-old, 12-year-old, seeing things how it is doesn't make sense, because oh, it's a kid, that's a kid. But truly, we believe, there is no such thing as a junior high Holy Spirit or like a kid Holy Spirit. It's the Holy Spirit as it is, who He is, the beginning, the end, the Alpha, the Omega, and that we encountered that. But like, share that experience, bro. Like, what it was when you were 12.
Yeah. So to me, it was more of like, I saw my dad's life pretty much changed for like a 360, bro. Like from having medication and being panicked. Like I remember he'll wake us up middle of the night. We need to go to TJ. Like I'm having a heart attack.
Oh.
And I was like, man, like I was 11, 12. So I felt like the whole change in his life, like with God and reading the Word, like you could see it. Like my dad was like happy. My dad was like, no need medication anymore. So to me, to see that change of my dad, it was like, damn, like it's real, like something triggered him or something. He did something. He's doing something to be changed. So to me, at 12 years old, I was like, bro, I was skating. I didn't really care. But to see that in my home, I was like, man, like I want to get to know that. Like, what is that, So it did spark on me, like, okay, like let me get real with him and actually spend some time with him reading the Word. And we were at church, very involved at church. So one experience that changed my life for the good, it was we went to like a youth camp, and they were praying over music, bro. Music to me is like everything, And back then I was listening to like really hardcore music and non-godly lyric stuff. So it was influencing like who I was, like how I was thinking, the music that I was creating. So that event they prayed over me. I got delivered and like chamucos and stuff, But coming back from the camp, I was like, hey God, like if I'm gonna do music for the rest of my life, it's gonna be to serve you, to worship you. So I started doing worship. I joined the worship team, and since then, I mean, I've been on and off, but I've been playing music for God.
What do you play?
Bass.
Bass, that's right.
Yeah,
dude.
I play bass.
That's right.
Guitar. Yeah.
Dude, that's crazy, man. I started picking up bass. I don't know if you knew this.
Yeah, I remember I saw you were telling me.
I'm playing bass now,
Yeah,
bro. It's been like
fire.
maybe 6 months. It's pretty cool, bro.
Yeah, I love it. I love it.
I'm still learning here and there, but no, it's dope, dude. So you did worship. That's how you started growing your relationship with Jesus, is through that ministry and church. And were you going to church here in San Diego? Like, was that something you did often, or did you kind of like leave church, go back, or like what was that from 12 years old to where you're at today? How old are you?
33.
So from 12 to 33, what does that relationship with God look like in the last 15 years? I mean, people experiencing God at a young age. Again, going back to this, I've been told this a lot, bro. Like, oh, because I experienced the Lord at a young age, it's not really anything. So watch, give him a few years, he's gonna fall off, and he's gonna need to encounter God again. Where it's like, dude, it's not about. We encounter the Lord every day. It's just a matter of us seeing it or not. There's miracles happening every day. It's a matter of where our heart is. It's a heart posture thing. And through the last 15 years of your life, like, how have you seen God move through life? And just, I know we're going to talk about your family and like what you're going into the future, but what has it looked like in the last 15 years?
It's been a journey, bro. Like you said, there's like obviously starting young, like living maybe to my 20s, I was like, hey, about God and youth groups, and then I hit rock bottom because I was, wanting to experiment life. The people I was hanging out with, it was like, hey, we're 21 now, like, let's go out and drink, experiment new stuff that I was like, hey, it's bad in my eyes, in God's eyes. So I kind of left church and God for maybe 2-3 years. I was like, you know what, God, I don't want to be a hypocrite. It's either left or right, black and white to me.
All in or all out.
Yeah, all in or all out. So I was like, you know what, I remember the verse that says that, like, if you're lukewarm, he'll spit you out. So I was like, I don't want to get spit. Either I'm good or I'm bad. So I just went downhill from there for like 3 years, bro. I chose this path that I was like, you know what, I'm going to do this, and I really don't care about what my parents, church, or anybody thinks.
Just do your own thing.
So it took 2 years, and it was constantly I felt like the Spirit was constantly reminding me, like, hey, you're not this person. Like, you're not this person. Until I exploded, I remember I reached out to Bianca, which I wasn't dating yet. We broke up during those time. I was like, you know what, I'm going to take a break from church, from Bianca, from everything, bro. I reached out to Bianca. I was like, hey, I'm really bad, like, mentally. I need help. Is there anybody you can recommend me to see, or any help? Because I know she's in that industry. And I started pretty much reading again, getting into again, and God was just like, you're not supposed to be there. What are you doing? So it just kind of reminders that I was like, I need to get out of here.
You went back in.
So I went back. I went back to church. I started going to church again. We reconnected, me and Bianca again. We started dating for the second time, and then a year later I proposed, and a year after that we got married. But it's been a journey, bro. Like now I see it, and it's like, it's my family now. I want to integrate that to my kid. I want him to grow knowing God. I want him to grow at church. But it's been really, really cool.
Yeah, and talking about that with your family, so you're working with the city of downtown San Diego, doing creative work, creating projects on the side as well, because you do a lot of like freelance work too, right? Building brands and for other businesses. You have a child now.
Yeah, bro.
Now you gotta, not worry, but like you gotta focus on that. And then your wife, who's also, I think she's a therapist too. So she's in that, like, and not just a therapist, but her own practice. So in your household, it's creativity, entrepreneurship, and it's about just building something for your guys' life. Especially, I know your wife too, she came from Mexico, you're from Mexico, and just kind of coming to San Diego and starting a life and building something. How do you balance all that together? Like, I've been told, like, you can't balance it, you gotta juggle. You gotta figure out, because there's so much to do. Some things will fall. It's just the reality of life. Some things
you gotta roll with it.
Yeah, you gotta keep going. Like, tell me about that, bro. How do you like just juggle all this, balance it all together?
It's a lot, bro. But I think having the help, like at least my wife's help, I can have time to do my business. I can have time to do my creativity work. She can have time to do her business. It's just a collaboration, I would call it, within my spouse and my family. It's something that's been helping me a lot. Like, my family's been supportive of everything, and just rolling with it, bro. Like, I don't think you're ever prepared. It's just like, what's going next? Like, let's roll with it. And
so how would you encourage other fathers? I've seen my family, when they had kids, they went through so much, bro. Like, I see my sister, she went through a lot. She, the marriage was tested, the marriage was challenged. I saw the kids. I seen one of the boys I helped raise from birth to 18. He's like 19 now, and just seeing like, and to be honest and transparent, like I've seen his childhood, the trauma that's happened, into where he's at today, and I can see how that's affected his future. And obviously, like, you know, it's not the end result. We believe, God, for him, God's gonna do something with his life, and I believe there's a purpose. He's just gotta like commit to the Lord and surrender, right? But maybe it's a question for me, like, what would you encourage me or people who want to become fathers, who are in business, or just like the responsibilities? Like, I know we have to roll through it, but like, well, I don't know. What do you have to say to that, dude?
I think that everyone's experience is different.
Yeah.
And you're never prepared, first of all. We thought we had it. Like, you know what? We have jobs. We have a home now. Like, we're ready. But to tell you the truth, like, you're never ready. Mm-hmm. Even us, with everything we're dealing with, just hard things. I'm like, I never thought I was going to go through this, bro. That's a dad, But I would suggest and recommend you to just embrace it, bro. Love it. Being a dad is just another experience, bro. Like, I thought I was, the first 7-9 months, you're like, well, you don't feel anything, like you don't have a baby on you. Yeah, until you see it, everything changes, bro. Everything changed. I saw it, I grabbed it, I was like, man, like now I have to.
That's your son. That's
yeah,
your baby.
like now I can't play around, bro. Like it kind of showed me where I was messing up in my relationships.
Oh wow.
Messing up in like my work, like stuff that I'm like, I can't play around with. Tripping on or not doing anything at work anymore. Like, I have to provide for my family, Not that I wasn't before, but I wasn't that aware. As soon as I saw the baby, I was like, I have somebody.
It's like a check, huh?
Yeah,
like,
bro. Yeah. So it's preparing. Like, you can't prepare, but kind of plan.
Yeah.
Plan.
It's not that it's the same thing, but I kind of see it similar to marriage, where there's couples that are like, oh, like, or a man, is like, oh, should I propose or not? Yeah. Like, I'm not financially ready.
Yeah.
I kind of feel that because I remember when I was in that position, and I had buddies who told me like, hey, you're never going to be ready to propose, or like, you can have, your home, the finance and all that. But I think what people are really missing is that commitment, yes. But more than anything, I think it's a really spiritual thing as well. Like, I don't think people really understand or value the commitment or the covenant of marriage. And I think that's why it's hard, bro, is because it's not about signing a legal document, say, hey, you're married under the state of this state, right, California, whatever. Yeah. But I think there's a commitment and a spiritual, covenant that comes together, and that's why it's hard for people. And I can see, like, maybe I even thought to myself, maybe having a kid is also kind of that similar way, where it's like, it's more than just a commitment, bro. It's a covenant. It's like, dude, you are bringing life into this world. And now, bro, you gotta step it up. Whether you have it or not, you're just gonna automatically like man up,
Yeah, you have to.
And that's wild, bro.
You have to.
But
you can you can prepare for it, but you need to step it up.
Yeah, that's wild, dude.
It's a check. It's a life check for sure.
Dang. So going into that, bro, you talked about your balancing of marriage, business, marriage, family, and all that stuff. What about business, bro? Like, where are you at right now with that? Like, do you tell me, do you have a business at the moment? I know you're doing freelance work, but what do you foresee in the future? What's your vision, bro, for creativity and your family as far as entrepreneurship or stepping into a business?
Yeah, well, right now I'm working and doing side projects. But in the future, I do see myself. I want to open up a coffee shop or something.
Okay, that's on your future vision.
Yeah, that's like my short term. So I have this thing by like 35 or 30. I want to have already my business as a coffee shop or a barber shop or something. And then at 45 or a little bit, 50, 45, I want to open my restaurant. Those are my goals, So obviously I go to God first. Like, God, please guide me. Show me if this is something that I should be pursuing or not. But as right now, it's just kind of doing my work and freelance outside.
Wait, so can we talk about that more? Like your coffee shop? Like, so what's like, what is it? What do you want to do? What does it look like? And the restaurant, like, I didn't even know this.
Yeah, bro. But for the coffee shop, I want to just create a space where we can just go chill and be creative. Like, we go over to places here just to drink good coffee. Yeah. But you also want to sit and, do homework. And to be honest, there's a few spots here in San Diego that you can actually do that. that I know at least.
Yeah.
So I want to create a space where like just creative can go and like, hey, I'm gonna be here for a while. Let me book an office and just create here, take photo shoots here, do a video, do work from here. So it's just creating a space for creative people just to be there, enjoy coffee.
Yeah. And in the barbershop, is that like a maybe, or you thinking about doing that too?
I was like, hey,
it's just
you
an
know,
idea?
like, yeah, I was talking to my barber and I was like, bro, like I know people that rent chairs and they make money out of it, you know. So it's just more it's like, how can I create revenue?
Okay, so the business side of it, like
correct.
This,
you know, coffee shop / barbershop, kind of
gotcha.
like.
And the restaurant, bro, like, are you a cook, chef, or something?
I love cooking, bro.
No way, bro.
I love cooking.
When are you gonna cook for me, bro?
Bro, show up, dude.
No, let's find something out, bro. That's
sure.
cool. What's your like favorite?
I want to do something with like seafood.
Okay.
Something more inspired, like.
Yeah. What's the best one here in San Diego? Best
seafood
restaurant
place?
when it comes to seafood? Yeah.
Ooh, damn, that's a hard one. My house, bro.
Hey, what is it called? What is that restaurant?
Not yet, but I mean, I love raw food. Ceviche, you know, with chile kind of stuff. There is a good food trucks and some places at Main Street, which I love going there as well.
That's where it's at, huh? Food trucks.
Yeah.
Like
the dirty, you know, if you see a dirty truck, stop there, bro.
They don't got a health code, bro. It's
no, bro.
They threw it away, bro, because they ain't passing now.
Yeah.
No, that's fine.
So if you see a tent on a dirty truck, it's there.
It's good, huh?
Yeah. But yeah, maybe some marisco stuff.
Okay, that's cool, man.
Yeah.
That's exciting, bro. I mean, I look forward to seeing that stuff, bro. And one thing that, bro, I've learned so much when it comes to business and entrepreneurship is like, God wants the best for you, obviously, right? That's an obvious thing. But I think one thing I learned is we need to be so in love with God that we're willing to surrender everything in our life. And recently, God's been teaching me that is what true worship means to Him. And when I say worship, people always think of like the music, the lights, like, oh, that's worship, we're singing to God. But I've really been learning about how we are living sacrifices to the Lord. How when we go to places, there should be like an aroma, the perfume of the Lord. You know, when we walk into places, like, hey, like there's something different about that guy, and that only comes when we're truly enamored with God, when we're truly in love with Him. And the more we fall in love with Him, the more we see what He sees, the more we get to know Him, the more He gets to know, well, He knows us, but like the more He shows how, like, dude, we have a relationship with the Lord. And as soon as we start discovering that, we start to get rid of idols in our life. And something I've learned, like my business was once an idol to me. I wanted to make sure that, hey, this is taken care of, this is perfect, this is going well. Or when it comes, even church can be an idol. Like, I want to make sure my ministry is good, this and that. Or I want to like do your own family can become an idol when you put that before God, because God has called us, you know, to live a life of consecration and to serve Him and make Him our priority. And then He'll begin to show us what's next in our life. And I just want to encourage you, bro, like with the creativity ideas that you have, the businesses, like God wants to give it to you. But I think more than anything, He wants your heart, more than you want the businesses, more than what you want, the ideas and the creativity you have. And man, I know God's going to give you something in that direction of business, and He wants to bless you. But we just got to fall in love with Him more and more and make Him our number one. And it's just like, that's something I've been learning, bro. I don't know if that speaks to you at all.
Bro, I was going to say, tapping back to my creativity, I felt like for a while it was just like, I'm creative, I'm doing my designs for people to like it, you know. And I was frustrated. I was like, I'm going to create something so others could be like, oh, this guy's good at something, you know. And that was pretty much my idol. I was like, I want people's validation. Like, I want to design different stuff so people could be like, wow, Sammy, you're such a good designer, you know. And then going back to how I got my job here, I was telling you I was working for a year with my father-in-law. I was telling God, I was like, God, if you're gonna give me a job, like it's gonna be something that it's gonna honor you, and it's something that's gonna reflect my work, like of who you are, kind of thing. So I applied to churches, and a couple of them were like, yeah, we want to hire you. And it just didn't sit right with it. I was like, it doesn't feel good, you know? 2 weeks after, this job called me. He's like, hey, we want to interview you. We saw your work. And they gave me the job. And that's when I was like, man, you know, like all I had to do is ask and trust in God instead of my creativity and my designs, you know? So it's something that I'm always like, damn, I always have to step down and think, am I spending time with the Lord? Like if what I'm making is reflecting God's love, or, but it's a trip, bro. Like it's.
Yeah, and oftentimes it's like, it's not even about how good your product is or how good you are. It's just like, God's going to take whatever you're creating, bro, and he's going to make it good, right? Because how good he is. And one of the things like I always thought, like, dude, I want to make sure my coffee's perfect. You know, it's good. But what good is it if I'm not serving the Lord? There's no point, man. There's no there's no fruit to it. And at the end of the day, it's like, when I open up a coffee shop, I don't want people to come for the coffee. And yeah, come for customer experience, but more than anything, I want people to come because little do they know they're coming because they sense the Holy Spirit, that they sense something different in this place. And that's my goal, bro. It's like to create a space where people come in and they feel inspired when they've never ever felt a feeling of being inspired, what that even means. I want people to come in and leave dreaming. Awesome. Come in, leave inspired. Come in, leave having a vision for their life. Because I truly believe that God has given us all a unique vision, a dream to conquer, to take on, but only understanding that through God, they can only fulfill this dream through God. Because there's our dreams and there's God-given dreams. Our dreams will only take us so far, bro, but God's dreams will take us eternity, bro, everlasting, bro, just keep flowing out. But that's awesome, bro.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. Dude, but as we close up, like, what's something that you want to leave to young creatives and that are, like, trying to figure out their life, dream, church? Like, what's something that you would just kind of, like, a word of advice, bro, to young people?
I would say to be persistent. Yeah, man. I think I give up a lot of times. Way back then when I was starting, and now that I see, I'm like, dude, if I could have just kept studying more, or I kept getting into, like, photography more, or tapping in videography more, I could have, done something now. So be persistent and ask God. At the end of the day, it's God's, like you said, God's plan. If God's plan, it's gonna work out. But yeah, bro, like just
persistence, bro. That's where it's at. I agree with that too, man. Especially with shepherds, like,
I mean,
it's persistence.
Yeah, I was gonna say we started. Yeah,
we've gone through hell, bro, and seen the business in its most lows and lowers and highs, bro. It's just like persistence is really just keep going. And I think the key to success is just not quitting, bro. It really is. Like, it sounds cliche and you hear all these entrepreneurs say it, but, like, dude, you really do fail when you quit. And I think we just gotta keep going, keep pushing. Even when we don't see the light at the end of the tunnel, we just keep going, because eventually God's shaping us, God's molding us. He's shifting our heart so that we can see him, the light he offers, and not the light of the business and not the light of the things around us. But thank you, bro.
Damn, bro.
Yeah, I appreciate you coming on, dude.
Thank you.
Appreciate your time,
me, bro.
Yeah.
For
Come
being
on.
part of this family.
Yeah.
Shepherds.
No, thank you, bro. This has been awesome seeing Shepherds grow, where you started with us too, and just to see where we're gonna end up in the future. So yeah, thank you, man.